To watch more military TikTok edits because it looks like we're probably all going to get drafted here pretty soon. Today, the U.S. House of Representatives passed a bill automatically registering men aged 18 to 26 in selective service, 217 to 199. Of course, all the foreigners will be excluded from this obligation, of course. Our government is dying to go to war with Russia and China for whatever fucking reason so they can launder more money to themselves. It's not looking good. China, of course, wants Taiwan, and for whatever reason, Taiwan is a major thing for us, a fucking island. And, Europe just continues to egg on Vladimir Putin and Russia, so that's not good. And, so I wouldn't be surprised if, you and me in the next couple of years are going to have to go suit up and fucking die in a war. Then if we do survive, come home just to be told that we're like baby killers and all that, so I can hardly wait. It's gonna be really fun, guys. Yes, it's time to watch more.
Couple of years, more like the next couple of months to a year.
They got us. Oh, they got us. Okay, baby, they got us. The House of Representatives done passed the bill, okay, that automatically register your male child between the ages of 18 and 26 to be drafted in the case of a war. All right, baby, they got us. All right, they got all our information. They got everything. They said they don't need nothing. You don't have to do anything. They already got you signed up. If you refuse and don't want to go, you will be put in jail. This is a felony charge for not going.
Shalom, call HALAL, YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. Let's give it all praise to the Most High. In the name of His only begotten Son, in the name of the Holy Spirit. Double honors to our teachers, the elders, and apostles, the great millstone who taught us His truth and sincerity. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect scattered abroad. Shalom to 144,000. As you see in this video, man, I did a video on this about a week ago, but I'm, going into it again because it's the spirit. It says, House of Representatives, House passes defense bill automatically registering men 18 to 26 for draft. Now, why they ain't say women? But it shows you that we're going to war, man. Okay, this country is going to war. All right, and it's going to get bad. Okay, really, we're already at war. So the last individual said next couple of months to a year, man. If that, maybe weeks at this point. They're going to start drafting you individuals out there, these YNs, That's the whole thing now, the YNs, and they call them the older people unks, which the unks going to get, anybody over 16 or 26 is going to get drafted too. It's going to be a domino effect. They're going to send off all the youth out there first. They're going to end up getting put to death. They're going to start coming out here and getting more people, and then they're going to start snatching people off the streets like they're doing in Ukraine right now. All right. But as she said, it's going to be a felony, all right? And a lot of you people, you're still caught up in this world. You're still thinking about your future and going to college and your career. Listen, man, it's over. This place is through, all right? She just said how they're talking about it's going to be a felony if you say no, okay? If you don't want to get drafted into that war, they're going to send you to prison.
This does not exclude the transgender community. If you were born a male at birth, and that's what you were assigned at birth. You are drafted between the age of 18 and 26. They have that in the bill as well, so it would not exclude you guys, even if you're living as a female now. Long as you were born as a male, they already know. Even if you changed it, they say they still know. This is a beyond me, and this is not a new bill. It is the NDAA, the National Defense Authorization Act. It's not new. This is just something they updated because now they just automatically signed you up. They know who you are. They know where you're at. They know your ages, range, whatever. I think during COVID, they went around doing a survey, knocking on doors. How many people?
Yeah, they do those census, okay, to see who in the house, how many people in the house, how old everybody in the house is. Okay, and which that's against the scriptures to be doing the census, numbering the people, but they do that so they can do stuff like this. When the draft comes, they can come to your house and grab up your sons, and send them off to war. Okay,
people live here. What's the ages of people live here? I ran them from my house because you're not getting that information. But anyway, they were doing surveys And that was kind of odd to me.
Hey, I remember when they did the when they did the last one, it was probably about 5 years ago or so. So it's probably coming up and on them doing another one soon here. But when they did the last one, I ended up filling the papers out or whatever, and they got very, very, very detailed. They wanted to know who everybody was, and they even went to, when they asked you your race or whatever, they went into details. They wanted you to know if you was, if you said Hispanic, they want to know what kind of Hispanic, who your father. They trying to find out who the Israelites are, man. All right. And they about to ship you off to war or put you in some of these internment camps.
But yeah, they automatically have signed these babies up to the army. It's only a few things that can exclude you out. I believe mental illness, religion, and not just regular Baptist, Catholic, whatever. No, it's deeper than that. And also if you're paralyzed. That's it. Other than that, if they have a war and they need you, which is very rare. Last draft, I think, was in the 70s or 80s, somewhere like that. So it's rare that it happens, but if by chance, how slim the army is today, baby, there's gonna be chance. I don't want to be negative Nancy, but this will be chanced. Because it's very slim. Nobody's signing up for that no more. Everybody, especially these youngsters these days, they own to it, So, but you're automatically signed up in school. Also, if you're in school, okay, that would exempt you if you're in school. So, that's the things I read up. Maybe you could go find out some other ways that you can get excluded from this before they start drafting, because you will be charged with a felony and put in jail, baby, if you refuse to go.
So yeah, you were warned about this time we're coming into, man, and you can't say you ain't know. This is Joel chapter 3, verse 1. It says, "For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations and bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat." And this is what the Lord is doing now. He's about to rid us of our captivity. And as he's doing that, he's bringing these nations down to gather in the valley of Jehoshaphat, which is in the Middle East, as the so-called Middle East region. These nations are going to gather there to fight, it says, "and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel." Because while we were scattered all over the world, all these nations that's going to be gathered down there, you got Israelites in those countries, okay? It says, "whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land, and they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine, that they might drink." So that shows you the Lord is still thinking about that. He's still pissed off about that. He haven't forgot what you did to us. It says, Joel chapter 3, verse 9, "Proclaim ye this among the nations, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up," right? They're going to call you up and say, "Hey, come out, you got to report, all the mighty men of war." It says, "Beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong." And this is what these other nations are doing right now. They're boasting against America. They're getting proud and, emboldened against America. It says, "Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Yahawah. Let the heathen be wakened, and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there I will sit to judge all the heathen round about." This is how the Lord is going to punish these nations. It says, "Put ye the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for the wickedness is great." Right, the wickedness of this place is overflowing, so now the Lord is about to judge it. It says, multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of the Lord Yahawah is near upon the valley of decision. All right, and that's going to be bring us into World War III. Okay, let's go over here real quick. I don't got a lot of time, but I want to make these points. This is Jeremiah chapter 51, verse let me see, which all this is good. We'll get right to the point. Okay. It says, let me see. Let me do it like this. All right, this is Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 30. It says, the mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight. They have remained in their holds. Their might have failed. They become as women. They have burned her dwelling places. Her bars are broken. This is the people. You know, these men, you know, they're supposed to fight in these wars. They don't want to fight no more, man. They don't have it in them. Okay, they've been effeminized. They got all type of, you know, estrogen and GMOs in their systems. They've been emasculated. Okay, they don't want to fight anymore. It says, in NLT, it says, her mightiest warriors no longer fight. They stay in their barracks, their courage gone. They have become like women. The invaders have burned the houses and broken down the city gates. And this is another thing, because this country, what they did was they bribed people
between
with
the ages of
benefits
18
and this, that, and the third, and made them think that, you know, if you go to join the military, you're going to get a Camaro. And that's what people was there for, a Camaro, a scholarship. They wasn't there to actually fight for this country. So now when they find out that they got to actually fight for this country, people going to lose their shit. They're going to bug out. They're going to start, you know, trying to go AWOL, man. Okay, 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 33, it says, the virgin shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The woman shall mourn, having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. Why? Because a lot of these men are going to die. All right, the only men that's going to be left out here, you know, is the men of the Lord. And we're going to be persecuted. Some of us going to be cast into prisons for not going, you know, all that, man. It says, in the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. Right, so it's gonna get bad out here, where when you get drafted, you're gonna die over there. You know, it ain't no coming back. You're not coming back in no box with no folded flag. You gonna die where you lay at, man. Okay, or you gonna lay where you die at, and that's how gruesome this thing is gonna be. You got Jake signing up the military to get a better future, nigga. There is no future here in America. This place is through. The Lord's prophecy is that America's gonna be burnt with thermonuclear fire. Repent, seek YAHAWASHI, he may be found. Shalom.